mind is working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Kickoff to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Georgia's offense will go to work first. The Deep South's oldest rivalry will stir deep emotions. And just last year, Auburn gave the Dogs a big scare early in the 3rd quarter, but man, did Georgia pour it on late.
Yeah, it was still 31-13, but there were some moments, there were some cracks, but Georgia took care of business. And I'll tell you what, Jesse, this is beginning to be a very one-sided rivalry. Auburn needs to show up. Like, Georgia's had bragging rights year after year after year. Auburn's got to shut these guys up.
Yeah, Georgia's won 8 in a row now in this rivalry. You're right. I think the big key for Auburn, they've got to be able to get pressure on the quarterback. Could not do it consistently against Carson Beck. Big reason why Carson Beck did not turn it over in this game last season. That had been a problem for him early in the year. Auburn's defense has to play big today.
Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. That was almost picked up. What a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. So Auburn's offense will take the field for the first time. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They went for it all, and it paid off. The score. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Off-play action on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Great protection, and down the middle it goes. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Gets away from one, he's got space. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Gives it on the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Auburn! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
He'll call for the fair catch here. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Keep bringing the heat like that, you can fall in line with the likes of Derek Brown or Nick Fairley.
Man, I still remember that Nick Fairley season where he put the defense on his back. Cam Newton took care of the offense, but he ruled the defense, making big plays, getting in the backfield, getting after quarterbacks.
The Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Back to throw, it's Stockton. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. The Dogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Just keeps slinging it. Finds the tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Offense changing the play. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And that's the end of the line on that run, and it's the end of the line for the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. First play of the period will be a second down. Looking to fire. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing the pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarter...
Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Returns it down to the 47-yard line, and his defense thrives on taking the football away. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. There he goes! And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They'll throw it from the red zone. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get this?
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. Never a doubt. And that will extend their lead even further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And the returner will be knocked down. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last two drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. It'll be third and long. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Under fire. Makes the grab. It's Frazier. Turning it on. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. Now on first down from the 30. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Georgia going back to work with another first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. Caught over the middle. It's dealt. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Stopped just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Catch in the middle. It's dealt. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Second down coming up. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw at Stockton. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. Quickly complete. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They're looking to pass from the red zone. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
Man, you kind of wondered when were they going to cover this guy. He's been making catches ad nauseum. When was he going to get some special attention? Nice job by the defense. You could tell they were forcing the football there. Broke on the football. Almost had the big play.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Catch in the middle. It's dealt. Tackle is made after the catch, but it'll set up 1st and goal from the 7.
1st and goal, Georgia.
Snap in the shotgun. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Georgia! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Singleton. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. This will likely be the last play of the half. They'll run play action. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, the Deep South shuts down when the Tigers and Dogs get together, and that's the case again here today.
Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. So here comes the Auburn offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Oh, he's got some space. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. On first down, here comes this offense. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. And the Dogs keep playing fetch on these passes, channeling their inner Scott Warner, Champ Bailey, or Keely Ringo, and making plays.
Just ball hawking, making plays. And again, when you pressure the quarterback, and the Dogs do that as well as anybody, you pressure the quarterback, force that ball out in the secondary, playing great coverage, making big-time plays in the back end.
He wants to change this route. Looking to pass. It's Stockton. Quickly out to the tight end. Ball down, but he has enough to move the chains. Georgia going up tempo.
When you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs management. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. And I don't think he got there. No, they stopped him short. He does not pick up the first down. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Leaves it with the running back. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds his man. It's Singleton. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Takes it from the gun on third down. Looking deep down the right side. He's got it inside the 30. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Looking to throw on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Really need to find a productive play this time on second and long. Back to pass. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again. Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Finds his tight end. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. The give on the inside. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on, hard to get him to the ground.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender over him, knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Finds the tight end. They'll stop him short. Just what they needed as they get the ball back for their offense. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment defense.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. The snap sets up the throw. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's second and 11. Looking to fire. Had to get rid of it quickly. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, third and long coming. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
It is hard to continue to get up and get up and get up like he has, being sacked time after time again. But this QB, this offense, they're undeterred. They're continuing to put drives together, and most importantly, they're winning the football game.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Fires to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
This quarterback looks in complete control, not flustered, into the game situation, connecting on his passes. Nice job knowing his answers. Got to keep this rolling here to try to make this thing interesting.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. He wants to throw it again. safe completion on the screen. Across the 45. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
They're dealing with a second and long. Might be calling a hot route. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that had all the makings of it. Bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Scanning the field, it's Stockton. Quickly out to the tight end. And after the pickup gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late. They've moved it to the 19, first and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Finds his big tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. The throw to the outside is complete. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Back to pass on second down. Got a man. It's Coleman. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10. Offense set on first down.